Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get.
All right, what's up, Thrive Nation? Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show during your drive time home. For many of you, this is sort of like your audio dojo of mojo, kind of like your mobile library, where you go in and you're on your way home and you're going, I've had a tough day and I'm looking for something positive, something that can give me a little boost, something that I can learn something, maybe a show where I can get that business school without the BS. And yes, you have found it. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear. And normally I'm joined here with Dr. Robert Zellner, but today Dr. Z is out expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire in a different country at this moment, actually. And so you can't really bring in a substitute for the entrepreneurial legend that is Dr. Zellner, but what you can do is you can bring in a helicopter guru. You can bring in a guy who knows something about taking your family in the air, giving you an amazing light tour. We have today with us, we have the pleasure, Thrivers, to have with us today Mr. Anthony Vendetti, and this is the guy who's out there helping run the production services. It's xmasflights.biz. It's helicopter tours, right?
Absolutely.
Now, first off, how did you get into the helicopter industry? Were you just out, kind of saying to yourself, someday I want to fly helicopters? Or when did you get into that industry?
Well, I knew from a long time ago when I was young I wanted to get into the helicopter industry. I loved it. My father's been a pilot, and I've known about helicopters since I was a kid.
When was the first time? How old were you when you first went in a helicopter?
I was about 10 years old.
10 years old, and now it's a business.
Absolutely.
And so if somebody's listening right now, we're going to get into today's training in just a minute, but for somebody who's listening right now and they go, I don't know if I want to become a helicopter pilot, but I maybe do. I want to fly in the helicopter. I want to actually get up there in the air with you. I want to take one of those tours. What is the lowest cost? If someone's on a budget this holiday season, what is the absolute lowest cost somebody can pay to get in the air with you and do an amazing tour of Tulsa?
We can get them in as low as $30 a person.
$30? That's like I don't know, Sam, our producer, can you buy a fitted, a flat bill hat for $30 now?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? This just did. He doesn't think so. So this is Thrivers. And are you going to remember that hat? No, you're not going to remember that hat. You need to take your hat money this holiday season and divert it to the helicopter fund. And have you ever had anybody who's got off the helicopter and said, okay, I went up there to xmasflights.biz. I booked my ticket and I went up in the air and they didn't come down slightly wowed. Has it ever happened where they're not slightly wowed?
No.
It's a done deal.
Absolutely.
So Thrivers, if you're listening right now, get up there, check it out. Be a hero. Be a holiday hero. Take your family on an amazing light tour. Go to xmasflights.biz, fill out the form, $30 a person, you're up in the air.
Absolutely.
And you've got tours like an hour-long tour maybe people can do too if they're wanting to kind of upgrade a little bit too?
Absolutely. We go anywhere from, 5 to 6 minutes all the way up to an hour-long flight.
What kind of things are you going to fly over?
We fly over things like Rama.
The Rama lights?
Absolutely.
Oh, sick.
Over to Honor Heights.
Really?
Absolutely. Paragon.
Do you ever fly over the Arkansas River? Do you ever fly around the City of Faith building? Can you do that? Is that?
Yes, part of one of our tours, we actually take you downtown and we fly in and out of the buildings downtown. A lot of people love that.
You're getting me motivated. Okay, well, I tell you what now, Thrivers, today we're talking about the 5 S's. I've been doing vocal exercises all day getting ready for this. The 5 S's. We're talking about how to create a remarkable customer service experience, how to do it. There's 5 ways to do it. So if you're driving home, you shouldn't text and drive. You certainly shouldn't drive with your knees and then write while driving. But we encourage you to take notes. And if you missed a step, go to thrivetimeshow.com where you can flip it and reverse it, hear it back again. You can pause it. It's thrivetimeshow.com. You're going to love it. But here we go. The first S is smells. Now, what do you mean smells? Well, if you own a business, see, people don't realize this. My background is the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year. It didn't happen just me being lucky. Okay, my first company is called DJ Connection, and we booked weddings. Now, I just want to ask you this here, Mr. Helicopter Guru. Do you think men or women typically plan the wedding? From your life experience, what do you think?
Women.
Yeah, so women. So I had to quickly recognize that my office needed to smell, you know, that female smell? Well, there's got to be like potpourri, and Sam's married. He knows what I'm talking about, where it's all like there's loofah everywhere, and it's all this vanilla bean, all these essential oils, and all. I had to make my office, and I officed out of my house. So I had to make my house smell like a chick palace. Like it was like a Bed Bath & Beyond or something. And then I had to change the music to like, as a dude, you know, at the time I was listening to like rap music or AC/DC or just dude music. Cause I'm TNT, you know. But the ladies, they want like Michael Bublé. Just the way you look tonight. I had to change the whole atmosphere to be total palace for the ladies, the princess palace. I had to change my mojo. And I get that smell game on, and because when the brides would come to my house to book their wedding, they would reject the wedding because the couple, and I'm not kidding, I lost a couple deals over this. The couple that came before them maybe was like a chain smoker, or maybe just smelled like he'd been working out all week, and I didn't have any smells going. So you'd walk into the office, a small office, like a 10 by 10, 10 by 12 office, and it just smells like the human body. And when you go in and your office smells like the human body, it does not inspire confidence. And so one day I was at Starbucks, and I'm reading this book called Pour Your Heart Into It by Howard Schultz, and I recognized my office doesn't have an intentional smell to it. But in Pour Your Heart Into It by Howard Schultz, he says this, we aren't in the coffee business serving people. We're in the people business serving coffee. And he goes on to explain how the aroma has to be right. The decor has to be right. The whole atmosphere has to be right, or people won't want to pay a premium for coffee. And so I'm going, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I gotta fix this game. And so I had to get into total chickdom, get into that inner estrogen and fix that. So if you're listening right now, Thrivers, think about your business, think about your office, think about your ideal and likely buyer. If you're selling to men who are like bodybuilders, make your office look and smell like bodybuilders. You know, I want to ask you though, when you're up in the air, you know, is it an exhilarating experience? How would you describe, for someone who's never been up in the air and has never maybe smelled it, seen it, been around it, they've never been inside the helicopter, talk to me about what does it feel like for the person who's up in the air for the first time?
It is very magical for somebody for the first time. The smells are hard to explain. You just have to experience it.
Do you cue up music? Are you playing like, you know, some kind of, do you have kind of some music playing as you're up there in the air, or is it like holiday music, or do you have no music at all because it's so loud, or what's it?
No, there's no music being played. What you're going to hear is the blades chopping through the wind.
Yeah.
In the air. You'll hear a little bit of a whine, howl noise coming through the turbine engine.
Do you have headphones on? Are you wearing like some kind of headphones for people?
No, there's no headphones in the helicopter. I mean, we do have them, but on the Christmas tours we don't use them. It is quiet enough that you can talk to the person sitting next to you, your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend or your children. You can talk to them.
Are you giving people like a tour where you're like, ladies and gentlemen, if you look to the left there, you're going to see a sod farm, which is Oklahoma's #1 tourist attraction, a sod farm out there in Bixby. I mean, do you do those little tour kind of moves? Do you tell people about things? Or?
No, when the pilot is flying, with the noise, with him sitting in the front, there's really not any way for him to turn around or to even talk loud enough because he is constantly listening to the radio for traffic. There's other helicopters up flying, so he stays pretty busy keeping everybody safe.
So you're not going to go back there and play chess with people while you're up in the air?
No.
Okay. Now, if anyone just now tuning in, we have today a very special guest. We have Anthony Vendetti. Okay, this guy, he works with Production Services. What do? They do helicopter tours all over Tulsa, and this is the holiday season. I mean, there's never been a better time to get your body inside a helicopter than right now. You go to xmissflights.biz. That's xmissflights.biz. You go up there, and did you say for $30 we can do a entry-level helicopter tour?
Yes, we can.
$30?
$30.
I can't buy a flat bill Tom Brady hat for that.
No,
I
you
know.
can't.
I know. I shipped one in for over $30. That's a beautiful deal. I'm almost overwhelmed by the glory of this deal. Now, Thrivers, if you're listening right now, we are talking today about the 5 S's of how to create a remarkable customer service experience. So if you're listening right now, I want you to think about this little stat here for you, okay? I want you to Google this. I want you to believe that I don't know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and Google the phrase Net Promoter Score. Net Promoter Score. I like to refer to this as the not promoter score, okay? But on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate how wowed your customers are, okay? Because statistically, if you look up the stats, you're going to see it. Most businesses never get into the wow zone, which is like a 9 or a 10. So on a scale of 1 to 10, very few people get into a 10 where they wow the customer. And you know why? Because we're only satisfying the customer. So you have to ask a customer on a scale of 1 to 10, how wowed are you? If a customer says a 9 or a 10, that's a wow. That's a net promoter score. That means your business is going to get word of mouth. And if you had to think about Thrivers right now, think about the companies that have a high net promoter score. Thrivers, I want you to think about this right now. If you had to guess, what are the companies in the world right now that have the highest net promoter scores? What are the ones that do? Because most companies don't. I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples right now. When you hear them, you're going to go, oh, it's obvious. That's obvious. Obviously, I could have guessed that. 1, is it Southwest Airlines or is it American? Southwest for 500 points. Bing. Is it Quick Trip or is it Shell? Bing, bing. Quick Trip. Is it Starbucks or is it, well, see, you go, I knew that. Well, what is it about Quick Trip that makes Quick Trip better than Shell? And what is it about someone's listening going, I own Shell stock, quit saying that. Okay, fine. Maybe you like Shell bathrooms. You're the only person in Tulsa who enjoys going in there. They're giving you some kind of like a tire that's attached to a key so you don't run off with it. You walk in there and it smells like a third world country. I'm talking about a Shell bathroom. Thrivers, when we come back, we're going to teach you how to take your customer service to the next level. Back to the left coast of the Arkansas River. You are listening to the Thrive Time Show, where we're broadcasting from the dojo of Mojo within the friendly confines of the box that rocks. It's Tulsa's only local business radio show. It is the Thrive Time Show, and it is the only business school without the BS. You know how you went to business school, you went to college, and some guys up there talking about chlorophyll and papyrus and humanities and psychology, and then after 2 years of that, you finally get to start talking about business, and then you graduate with a degree, and then you realize that no employers really care. That's not what this show is. This show is to teach you specific things that you can apply in your life and in your business right now to make copious amounts of cash. If you implement what we're teaching you, our goal is to help you have huge amounts of success. And so we only bring on the show real business owners. These aren't guys who are speculating about owning a business or running one or working in one. This is real business. It's business time, all right? It's business time here. It's business time on your drive time home here. And so today, Thrivers, as we were thinking about, well, who can fill in? Dr. Zellner is out expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire. He's not here. He's actually out of the country expanding his empire. And so we thought about who could we have on the show? Who could we have on the show that can bring the funk and the fire that the Thrivers require? We decided we're going to bring on Mr. Anthony Vendetti. This guy works with production services, and rumor has it you actually fly helicopters. Is that true?
Yes, I am in the process of learning.
You're learning the dark art of helicopter flying.
Yes, sir, I am.
And you work with a company that's what you do is you give helicopter tours?
Yes, sir.
Now, if someone's listening right now, what does that cost? I mean, if I say, tell me the steps. If I'm listening right now and I want to schedule a helicopter tour for the holidays, what does it cost? What are my steps?
Well, your first step would be you can get on our website, productionairservices.com.
Productionairservices.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can go to xmasflights.biz.
Okay, so I go to xmasflights.biz, and
yes.
Once I go there, what happens?
It brings up a page, and it shows you all of our tours that we offer. We offer 5 different tours.
Oh, wow.
It has prices, the length of each tour, and it gives a description of where that particular tour takes you.
Now, if I'm listening right now, and I'm sort of a skeptic, I go, I don't know whether I really want to take a holiday light tour. I'm tuning in because you're talking about about the 5 S's, how to create a remarkable customer service experience. And I heard your training of S number 1 on smells, and I love that. I'm going to go back to my office tomorrow and be intentional about the smell of my business, like I'm Starbucks, like I'm Krispy Kreme. And they go, and so I wanted to stay tuned to see what the second S was. And so I'm going to give you the second S. It's sights. Thrivers, you got to make sure that your sights are awesome. The visuals. When you come in your building, Anthony, you've been in our building here. We've been intentional about the decor and kind of creating. How would you describe, for anybody who's not been to this Thrive 15 World Headquarters, how would you describe how it kind of looks in here?
Awesome.
You like it?
I do.
What do you like about it? What kind of appeals to you?
There's so many different areas about it that just, when you put them all together, it just creates one big just wow factor. We
tried to take the Southern California kind of Silicon Valley atmosphere and combine it with that Oklahoma entrepreneurship and create the Thrive 15 World Headquarters. And I know what we've built here, we're very intentional about it, but your view is better. Your view, you're inside a helicopter. Tell me what we're going to see if we go and we invest the $30 to take a helicopter tour for the holidays. What are we going to see up there?
You are going to see just spectacular views. If you're driving around on the ground and you've looked at Christmas lights and thought it was great, well, when you get in the air and you can see for miles either direction, it's amazing.
You're blowing my mind now. So what are like the top 3? What are the things, for anyone just tuning in, what are the top 3 things you go, let me tell you what, you have to see A, B, and C. What are some of those top 3 things that Tulsa has to offer that look great from the sky?
Rama, that is a pretty spectacular sight to see from the air.
And I've heard I don't have the stats in front of me here. I don't want to make up a statistic for you, but I've heard in the world, in the context of the world, Rama has more lights per capita, more Christmas lights per capita than almost any other location in America. I mean, it's huge. Mm-hmm. And so that's got to be a spectacular sight. What's another one?
A lot of people don't know this, but during the Christmas season, going downtown and flying in and out of the high-rise buildings downtown.
Oh, wow.
That is a pretty spectacular view itself.
And I'd also, I don't know if you, as an entrepreneur, I'd love it if you would do a tour over a Quick Trip and you just fly over there, let me kind of look around and see if I can see the mystery shoppers and all that. No, but I'm sure we'll fly over some Quick Trips en route, right, probably?
Absolutely. When we come into land and take off, we pass a Quick Trip every time.
See, there it is, Thrivers. It's the perfect trip. It's the perfect trip. We're talking about creating a remarkable customer service experience, and so I just want to give a big shout out to all of the wonderful people who are working at Quick Trip. Let me tell you what. A lot of businesses close during the holidays, but our guys, our team in the red shirts and the khaki pants, these homies just keep coming during the holidays. We love Quick Trip, and I have a little Quick Trip story for you.
All right.
Years ago, my business was in the absolute... it was in the toilet. It wasn't doing very well. And Robert, could you grab that book right there? I want to, because anyone who's watching on Facebook Live, it's The Service Profit Chain. I want to just hold this up for the Thrivers here. And Robert Redmond making a cameo appearance here. If you know Robert, you're in for a visual treat here. But here's the thing is, he says, I met with we're talking about Chet Kadja. This is like the president of Quick Trip. I talked to this guy. And by the way, Robert has never been asked to do this before, so the set's falling apart, but we're sacrificing for the show here. But no, seriously, I sit down with the president. I harassed this guy on the phone for years to get a phone meeting. I wanted to meet him, set up an appointment, so I called Valerie Painter. Valerie, thank you so much for making this happen. I called over and over. I'm dialing. I'm smiling. I'm getting rejected, but I am not being infected with negativity. I just keep calling. Finally, I find myself having breakfast with Chet Kadja. And I said... My friend, and I'm like totally nervous. I'm like, Mr. Chet, I think he thought I was probably doing like a remix or something. Chet. So I'm like, hey, what is the? I asked him. So I had my notes of questions to ask. I said, what is the book that I have to read? If you had one book for me to read? I own a DJ company. We're doing about 1,000 events a year, entertainment. I want to take this thing to 4,000, 5,000. I want to go to the next level. I started this out of my dorm room. It's profitable, but I'm like working all the time, no time freedom. What's the book? And he says, The Service Profit Chain. I repeat, The Service Profit Chain. And I have gone through, and I'm showing our special guest here so you can see this. I have highlighted this. I have dog-eared. I have taken notes. I have stapled business cards to it. And I have just, in this book, teaches you the customer service secrets to take your customer service game to the next level. And the first tip, one of the first tips in the book is being nice to people is just 20% of the problem. So it's 20% of the game. You've got to have a checklist and a system for everything. Now, Thrivers, when you take a helicopter up into the air, I bet you there's a checklist. I bet you there's a lot of switches you got to hit. There's a lot of things you got to do. And I bet you that if you forget a few things, like, I don't know, putting gas in your helicopter. I mean, because if you're listening right now and you've never ever forgotten to put gas in your car, if you've never ran out of gas, then throw the first stone. If you've never driven away from the gas station with the thing still plugged into with the hose still plugged into your gas tank, throw the first stone. But seriously, it's all about making checklists. So you're wanting to design the perfect experience. The first part of it is the smell, but put it on a checklist. And the second part is the sights. And you got to put that on a checklist, because when you're giving light tours, you don't want to miss a spot. When your checklists help us to keep us from forgetting those simple fundamental moves. So when we come back, Thrivers, we're going to help you take your customer service to the next level. All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Inspiration Station, your audio dojo of mojo in Tulsa's only local business radio show. It's the Thrive Time Show, business school without the BS. My name is Captain Clay Tiberius Clark, and you are listening to your favorite radio station as you head into the dark. And Thrivers, today, Dr. Zellner, he could not be with us because he's out expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire, and thus I had to search. I searched high. I searched low. I searched even higher. I searched low. I went even higher. And I found a guy who's learning to fly helicopters, but who actually works for a company called Production Services. And you are actually booking helicopter tours. This is the coolest job in the world. This is Mr. Anthony Vendetti. Sir, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you, sir?
Man, I am pumped. I'm excited. For anyone just tuning in, we're talking today about how to take your customer service game to the next level. At first, we taught about we're talking about the 5 S's. 5 S's, like Sam. S number 1, get those smells right. Be intentional. Starbucks always smells good, right? Krispy Kreme always smells good. Does your business always smell good, or does it smell bad? You don't want to smell like a human body. That's just it. Number 2, the sights. Those visuals. You've got to have the strong visuals. Think about your visuals. If you go into an Outback steakhouse, what color are the ceiling tiles for 500 megapoints here? Sam, Robert, rhetorical. I know you're not mic'd, but just be thinking, what are the ceiling colors at an Outback? And they are black. They're black. They're black. And you know why they're black? Because you won't notice them. So, elephant in the room. What color are our ceilings? See, that's the thing we start thinking about. Oh my gosh, we've got a lot of customers coming in the elephant in the room. What color are our ceilings? We have to think about these things. You got to be intentional. Think about your customer service experience, and you must turn it into a checklist. And so I want to ask you this, Anthony, as we're talking about checklists, how essential are checklists for flying a helicopter in a safe way? How important is it for you to have a checklist?
A checklist for a helicopter is essential.
Essential.
You don't start a helicopter without going through the checklist.
So let me ask this. There's a book called The Checklist Manifesto that is written by a man by the name of Atul Gawande. And if you're listening, it's kind of fun to say, Atul Gawande. Atul Gawande, he is a best-selling author. He is he's a professor at the Harvard Medical School. The medical school. He's sort of a big deal. He wrote this book called The Checklist Manifesto. He's also a surgeon. And he discovered that when surgeons, you got to get his book, Thrivers, it'll blow your mind. When surgeons, Anthony, I want to ask this question because this is the crazy answer. Surgeons, when they are not using a checklist, what percentage of the time do they forget to wash their hands or the patient's skin or to read the list of all the drugs that patients are allergic to and, oh, by the way, could probably kill them? What percentage of the time do they forget without a checklist? If you had to just guess.
I would hope none. 1%.
I encourage everyone to read the book, but Thrivers, let me tell you what, we're getting up into the high 15s, high 16s, and of the percentage of people who die as a result of malpractice, someone messes up. In his book, he discovered, and I don't want to mangle the stats, but it's a little less than 20%, almost 20% of people who die because the surgeon forgot to use a checklist. That's in his book. So what he found is that in helicopters, flying, he talks about in his book flying airplanes. He talks about in building buildings, like huge skyscrapers in New York. You can't build a big building. How do you build a building in New York if you're not using a checklist? You're going to forget a step. So why are we running our small businesses without a freaking checklist? What's wrong with us? I'll tell you what's wrong with us. Maybe we don't know. Maybe we choose not to do it. But I want to ask you, Anthony, if somebody were to try to fly a helicopter without a checklist, what would eventually happen?
Crash.
Okay, but with a checklist, the maintenance isn't an issue. The quality isn't an issue. The safety isn't an issue. It's just a no-brainer at that point. I mean, the helicopter, you have to maintain that thing constantly, right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the safety. I've heard, rumor has it that statistically it's safer to fly in an airplane, let's say, than to drive a car. I've seen the stats. Flying in a helicopter, it's a safe deal when you do it right.
Yes, it is.
So you guys, when you book a helicopter tour for you guys, it's a safe experience. If people book a helicopter tour with you, they can plan on a safe trip. I mean, you're not going to go, I wonder if we filled up with gas. I mean, it's going to be a safe thing.
Yes, it is. We have an incredible ground crew for the helicopters that they make sure everything is spot on, ready to go for the safety of every person in the helicopter.
And if somebody wants to take the challenge and they go, you know what? I want to go up in a helicopter. I want to do this. This sounds awesome. And by the way, aren't the holidays all about wowing your mother-in-law or your father-in-law or your wife? I mean, Anthony, aren't we really trying to... Are you married, Anthony?
I am not.
You're not? Okay. Do you have like a lady interest right now? Do you have kind of
I do.
Okay. And if you weren't in the helicopter industry, wouldn't that be like the ultimate wow move is to surprise her with helicopter tickets over downtown Tulsa?
It is. In fact, we have had several people over the years that have... gotten proposed to.
They propose in the back of a helicopter?
In the back of the helicopter during a helicopter Christmas light tour.
You're just giving a guy a move right now. Someone's listening right now. That's a move. I'm going to do it. So here's the deal. Here's the website you go to. You go to xmasflights.biz. xmasflights.biz. And what you do is you go up to that website and you can book a ticket for as little as $30 a person. Is that right?
That is correct.
And for $30 a person, you're going to go up in the air and see Tulsa as never before. Now, Thrivers, if you're listening to this right now and you're going, I want to take my customer service to the next level. I want to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I want to do it. I'm doing it now. Step number 1, go ahead, get out a pen. Or, does anyone even use pens anymore? What about a smartphone? Fine, you can use a smartphone. Well, I don't even want to use a smartphone. I have an iPad. Fine, I don't care what writing device. If you're going to use can I use an Etch-a-Sketch? Yes, you can use an Etch-a-Sketch. Use anything you want to, but write it down. Smells. What are the smells? What are the smells? What in the smell do you want your office to smell like? What do you want it to smell like? Okay, write that down. 2, sights. What are the visuals? When we come back, Thrivers, I'm going to talk to you about the visuals that you're going to find inside of one of my businesses called Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge. I'm also going to talk to you about the sights that you're going to see if you go to Z66 Auction. That's the auto auction owned by my partner and co-host, Dr. Robert Zellner. Thrivers, let's take our customer service to the next level. Stay tuned. All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrive Time Show. This is the place that you go to learn how to start or grow a successful business. Now, here is the thing right now. This is the challenge. I know we have the holidays. It's a magical Monday. So many people are excited about the holiday season, but I have a challenge I want to ask you right now, Thrivers. I want you to ask yourself. We're very thankful. We had a great Thanksgiving. We have much to be thankful for in this beautiful country, but I want to ask you. I want you to get out. I want you to get out a sheet of paper, or at least mentally picture it, or somehow I want you to write this number down. On a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is your life is absolutely where you want it to be, okay? A 10. You're doing what you want to do. You're in the pursuit of what you want to do. It's exciting to move towards what you want to do too, by the way. Okay? Don't be mad that you're on the way. But on a scale of 1 to 10, if a 10 is you know that you're headed the right way, you love every moment of your life, you are going, if I died today, I live the life I want to live. And a 1 is going, ooh, I don't like that question. We change the station real quick. I want to listen to a little bit Britney Spears for a minute, and maybe I'll come back to the show. 1 is you're not happy with the way you're going, and a 10, you're so happy. To the 10, you're going to the right on the path. You're going, oof, right where I want to go. Left, you're going, uh-oh. I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And if you are not an 8 or above, I want you to do something. I want you to go up to thrivetimeshow.com. thrivetimeshow.com. And we have the world's best, and I say world's best. How can I say world's best? Come here, take the challenge. I promise you it is the world's best, okay? It's a money-back guarantee sort of a deal, okay? It's the world's best business conference ever. Okay, it's a 2-day workshop. It's 15 hours. We will teach you time management. We'll teach you Lee Cockrell. This is the guy who used to manage Walt Disney World Resorts. We're going to teach you Lee Cockrell's time management system. We're going to teach you the public relations strategies used by Michael Levine when he was coaching with, by the way, Nike, Pizza Hut, Michael Jackson, Prince, all true. Well, how can I verify all these things? Go to thrive15.com. It's the world's best business school, and you can learn more about it, or go to thrivetimeshow.com. And here's the deal. We have a scholarship program available. A lot of people are going, hey, things are tight. This has been a tough year for me. Guess what? If you have $1, $1. If you got $1, put your hands up with $1. If you got $1, put the $1 in the air. If you got $1, then you can afford to come to the show, because we literally have never one time turned down somebody because of lack of a financial capacity. We do one-on-one coaching with people who need it for existing companies, but we are absolutely sold out. We, as in Dr. Robert Zellner and myself, we are in David Robinson, the NBA Basketball Hall of Fame great. We are sold out to helping you get from where you are to where you want to be. We're committed to it, and if you come out to a workshop, we can help you. Now, if you have a business and your business is maybe not going to the next level, you got two options you can do, okay? If your business isn't going to the next level, if it isn't moving up, if the sales are not moving up, you got two options. Option number one, you can get out to a workshop. You can subscribe to thrive15.com. You can do that whole Thrive 15 experience. Or option two, you can book a helicopter tour, and he'll take you up, all right? So we have a very special guest with us today. This is Mr. Anthony Vendetti with the production services. It's xmasflights.biz, xmasflights.biz. We're talking about the 5 S's to creating a remarkable customer service experience. S number 1 was smells. Got to get those smells right. Get a checklist and define how you want your business to smell, because the goal is to wow the customer. The goal is to wow. Guys, if we don't generate word of mouth, because people who aren't wowed are not going to go on Facebook and go, oh, wow, they're awesome. If you just minimally satisfy customers, they're not going to refer you via word of mouth. Point number 2, the sights, the visuals, baby. You've got to have an unbelievable visual. And I'm going to give you a notable quotable from Jeff Bezos. This is the homeboy who officed out of his garage. For those of you who are speak Spanish, that's el garaje. But this is the deal. Jeff Bezos, he's officing out of his garage. His mom and dad cash out their savings account. He spends $300,000 to start Amazon.com. This is what he says. He says, we see our customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the hosts. It's our job every day to make every important aspect of the customer experience a little better. Trying to make it a little better. So I want to ask you this here, Anthony. If somebody is listening right now and they want to wow their employees, they want to say, hey, for the holidays, I want to give my team the beautiful sights of Tulsa. Do you do corporate tours? I mean, how does that work? If I'm an HR director and I want to get my whole team up in the air, how do I do? What are the steps?
Well, they can call us. We do chartered block time.
Oh, wow.
We do, corporate holiday tours that we can schedule.
And those are super affordable. I mean, you're talking as little as $30 a person.
Absolutely.
To get them up in the air.
Absolutely.
And if maybe I'm booking 100 persons, do you have maybe a better deal?
There can be. That's on a base-to-base situation.
Okay, but you're an Oklahoman we can trust, and if they go to xmasflights.biz, they can go up there, get in touch with you, and they could probably wow the whole office.
That they could.
Now, I want to, for anybody who's listening right now who goes, okay, I'm strongly considering taking a helicopter tour for the holidays, but I must be sold. I need one particular move that's going to encouragement, one benefit. I need one. What is the one thing in your mind that you just, why does everyone need to do a helicopter tour at least once? What's the move?
Just a spectacular view. There's just nothing more beautiful or exciting or exhilarating than seeing Christmas lights from the air when you can see them below you, around you, 2 miles in front of you.
Now, Thrivers, I will tell you this. When I first started my first company called DJ Connection in my dorm room, Anthony, do you want to guess where I would meet with prospective brides and grooms, what my office location was? I mean, because I didn't have an office. So I told people, hey, I'll meet you at... If you had to guess what restaurant that I suggested, what would that be? If you had to guess.
McDonald's?
That's it. I did. He laughed. He's like, that was stupid. That was very stupid of you. No, but I used to meet people there, and I would go in there, and no matter what I said, this is what they heard. Hi, welcome to McDonald's, and I'm a disc jockey, and I'm here to meet you. And then, how did I dress? I'm meeting a bride and the groom who are potentially considering booking an entertainer for the biggest day of their lives up to that point. The man who, by the way, could ruin their event on the microphone, who they need to trust to be the master of ceremonies. And I am literally wearing, I got my lugs boots on. They're like baggy. They're baggy jeans on. Got my lugs boots. They're kind of orange boots. And I always wore like a Wu-Tang Clan shirt because I want to keep it real. And the key, I'm telling you, and the key to keeping it poor is keeping it real. That's kind of a thing. So I was keeping it authentic. I was keeping it real. And I'm telling you, if you met a guy at McDonald's who was wearing a Wu-Tang Clan rap shirt, baggy jeans, double hoop earrings, showing up kind of late in a hand-painted Mazda MPV van, would you book that guy?
Probably not.
See, and that's the thing is the marketplace wasn't very nice to me. You're nicer than the marketplace. The marketplace was just like, no. But you're saying probably not. You're kind of a nice guy. But the thing is, other people, I'm just telling you, that no one would book with me. So I reached out to a guy by the name of Clifton Talbert. If you Google Clifton Talbert Thrivers, this guy helped introduce the Stairmaster into the marketplace. His life, by the way, was made into a movie. It was called Once Upon a Time When We Were Colored. It's you can go watch it you can buy the movie on Amazon. It was a Siskel and Ebert 2 thumbs up movie back in the day. And he says, Clay, and I'll never forget this, he says, you must dress the way you want to be addressed. And I'm going, but what was that? He goes, you got to dress the way that you want to be addressed. But my thought was, I'm self-employed, and I'm a disc jockey. I will meet people at McDonald's and dress how I want to dress because I'm the boss, and I'm in charge of myself because I'm self-employed myself, and I'll do whatever I want myself, and I will take my small check myself to my... Okay, what's up, Clifton? And I would listen, I would learn over time, but it was a hard lesson to learn. So if you're listening right now, Thrivers, get the smell game knocked out. Make a checklist. Let's be done with having that crazy smelling bathroom. I want to ask you, Anthony, you don't have to name the company. You don't have to be the bad guy. But are there certain bathrooms, certain gas station bathrooms in Tulsa that you don't want to go to?
Yes.
And how does it make you feel when you walk in a nasty bathroom with the stained ceiling tiles and the floor with just copious amounts of urine everywhere? I mean, what's going through your cranium?
I personally feel dirty for even walking in that bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of makes me feel not respected as a customer because they don't have clean bathrooms for their customers. Now,
years ago, I was doing a networking event downtown Tulsa, and I was asked to speak for the downtown chamber for an event of some kind. And I'm down there, and this lady, I felt so bad, but she had a deli. She was trying to promote this downtown deli. This is back 2006, 2007, and she's passing out cards for a free sandwich, which I thought was a good move. But a couple things. I'm just trying to help you Thrivers listening right now. And I'm not ripping her. I'm just trying to help you so you understand it. But the cards that she passed out had sandwich spelled wrong. And it had... No, I'm not kidding. This isn't funny. This is someone's life. So she's inviting people out for her deli. Now you go to the deli, and she's got a sign. It's like a sign, like a homeless guy would have, like a piece of cardboard where she wrote it with a marker, and it said, "Back after lunch." Now she serves lunch. But she's back after lunch. So I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily the move that I would necessarily. I'm not your business Yoda, but I'm not thinking that Yoda would say, "Key to success, what you must do is disappear during lunch. Disappear during lunch, you must, and make sure you have crappy business cards with things misspelled, and you'll be successful soon. Use the force." That's not what would happen. I mean, that's not. So the thing is, I had to pull her aside as a consultant. She asked me for my advice. I had to tell her that. So Thrivers, listen up. Let's change our game. All right, Thrivers, welcome back to the Thrive Time Show during your drive time home. It's business school without the BS. And yes, my name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA, that's Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear. And I am here to help you start or grow a successful business. You see, you could be listening to a myriad of programs. There is a plethora of programming available on the airwaves, but you have chosen, because you are one of the elites, you are one of the elites in Oklahoma. And you, my Oklahoma Oklahoma have tuned into a show because you want to learn how to better your life, how to take your life to the next level. And so you tune in each week, and it's usually each day, actually, from 5 to 7. It's normally Dr. Robert Zellner, the very successful entrepreneur and tycoon, and myself. But he is out expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire today, actually from a different country, kind of an exciting thing for him. Can't talk about all the details right now, but he's expanding his empire. And so I had to look around Tulsa, and I was looking to the left, and I was looking to the right, and I was looking down. But then when I looked up, I saw like a vision. I saw xmasflights.biz. I saw a helicopter in the sky, and I said, "Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a helicopter?" Yes, it is a helicopter. And who's in it? It's Anthony Vendetti. Anthony, how are you, sir?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Man, I am pumped up. And for anyone just listening who doesn't know what you guys do over there at xmasflights.biz, what do you do? I mean, what service do you provide to the Oklahomies and to the Tulsans who are listening?
We provide a range of different things. We do aerial spraying. We do chartered block time.
Okay, let's break that down. Aerial spraying?
Spraying.
What does that mean?
In Oklahoma word, crop dusting.
Oh, crop dusting. Okay.
Yes.
And then you do holiday light tours.
We do holiday light tours.
So you get people in the air. You haul people in the air. So you haul I for a day in a helicopter. That's haul I day holiday. See what I did right there? Haul I day. Boom. So you're basically hauling a person in the helicopter for as long as they want, right?
For the most part, yes.
I mean, if someone wanted to book an all day, they could do it.
They could absolutely do it.
But it's the lowest cost. It's $30 to get going. If you want to get in the air, it's $30.
$30 will get somebody in the air.
What does it feel like? If I'm in that thing for the first time, we're talking about how to take your customer service experience to the next level. You know, we're talking about the 5 S's of how to create a remarkable customer service experience. S number 1 is smells. S number 2 is sights. S number 3 is sounds. What does it sound like when you're up in that helicopter?
You're going to get to experience a few different sounds. You're going to hear a whining and a howling noise from a turbine engine.
So is it whining like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Trump won? He says it'd be freaking. Is it whining? Was it like a wee? How does it sound?
You hear a jet noise.
Is it kind of a? Is like that?
No
wah-wahs?
No wah-wahs.
Okay. Well, all right. Drivers, I tried every sound effect that I know. Does it ever go? Does it ever do that?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Drivers, you're not going to get those kind of sounds in the air. Okay. But seriously, you can talk up there.
You can.
It's not super loud.
It is not super loud. It's not perfectly quiet, but you can talk to the person next to you that you're sitting by.
Do you play romantic holiday music, or do you hop on the mic and sing, I am dreaming of a white... Do you ever sing up there while you're in there?
No.
Do you ever play holiday music in the cockpit? Or
No, we do not.
Okay, so you're free to converse.
You are.
Can people talk politics up there?
Absolutely.
Can they talk religion?
Sure.
Oh, you can talk about whatever you want up there.
Anything and everything.
There's no rules. They can talk. You could be up there with your favorite super left liberal friend and your super right Republican friend, and you can just be arguing. And as long as you keep the seatbelt on, you're good.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and again, if somebody wants to get going with the program, they want to check it out, you just go to xmasflights.biz, and for as little as $30 a person, someone can get up in the air.
Yes, sir.
You're not messing with me.
I am not messing with you.
That's less money than I spent on my flat bill Tom Brady hat. Are you sure? $30?
$30.
Okay. That's just it. He is absolutely sure. We're holding him accountable to it. So we're teaching you the 5 S's to create a remarkable customer service experience. S number 3 is sounds. So drivers, I want you to think about the last time that you went to Olive Garden. And back in the day, I remember Olive Garden. I remember when I would go to Olive Garden, I used to take, when I was in high school, I would go on a date, and I never want to be late for my date, so I got my shirt tucked in, got my baggy jeans on, kind of weird combo, but I got that going on, got my shirt tucked in, got a tie that doesn't really fit, but I'm on a date. And you know what you do when you're a young man, you want to wow a woman? You take her to Olive Garden. And what you're hoping that when you go to Olive Garden, you're hoping that the person that you're with doesn't, when you're a young man, you're dating in high school, at least for me, without the financial resources yet. You're hoping that she's going to be kind of a petite lady, and she goes, no, I'll just split it with you. You're hoping that, because you're hoping you don't get a big bill. But the Olive Garden was a neat atmosphere. It was a neat mojo. It was a neat atmosphere. And it was kind of almost a high-end restaurant. You know, you got the nice soup and salad and the whole deal. But the music, have you thought about the music, Anthony? What kind of music you typically hear at the Olive Garden? Have you ever thought about that?
Yes, I have.
It's like that Italian kind of Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra kind of mojo. In your opinion, why aren't they playing like intense hip-hop? Why aren't you walking in and there's some guy beatboxing, you know, why are they doing like hip hop music there? Why is it Italian in your mind?
A, because it's an Italian restaurant, and B, they're trying to set a mood.
And for the Thrivers who are listening right now, because we know that the bathrooms are dirty in some gas stations, they're not Quick Trips. Why are the bathrooms always clean at the Olive Garden, and why are there other restaurants in town that can't figure it out? I mean, and from your perspective as a customer, why is one bathroom clean and one dirty? Just as a consumer, in your mind, what is going on?
I think they take pride in their business. Mm-hmm. They want to give the customer that wow factor when they walk into their business. And
I think anyone listening to this right now, unless your head is just super lodged inside your derriere, you want to have a successful customer service experience. But what you have to do is you have to take the time right now to make a checklist. You've got to do it. You've got to go. These are all the steps that need to happen for my bathroom to be certified clean. You have to do it. And if you want a book about this topic, go out there and get the Service Profit Chain. It's a Harvard case study. Mr. Chet Cadjo personally recommended the book to me. It absolutely changed my life. But I'm just telling you, you've got to have this obsession with making a great customer service experience. And so Howard Schultz, this is the guy who's the CEO of Starbucks. He says this about customer service. He says, when you're surrounded by people who share a passionate commitment around a common purpose, anything is possible. Now, do you, Anthony, do you go to Quick Trip a lot?
I do.
Do you prefer QT?
I do.
Do you, and I won't ask you, but are there certain gas stations that you typically try to avoid?
Yes.
Do you feel like the other gas stations are intentionally trying to hire every jackass in the world and employ them to work there? Or do you feel like that Quick Trip has a monopoly on good people? Do you think Quick Trip's better at training? But from your perspective as a customer, why are all the quote-unquote good people? There's many good people. I'm seeing some really good people that come and go right now as well. But why does Quick Trip seem to have all the great people from your perspective as a customer?
Like I said before, I think Quick Trip takes pride in their business. They take pride in their employees. They spend the time, the money, the effort to properly train their employees.
I'm going to say this if you're listening, Thrivers. They interview. They keep interviewing. If you're listening right now and you have a business and it's you and Flo and Beth, and you know that Beth doesn't care about her job and Flo is irritated at Beth and you're the owner, that means that 2/3 of your workforce sucks like a Hoover. So what you got to do is you've got to purge the land. You got to have more recruits coming in. You've got to interview people. What happens is a lot of business owners. I see these business owners. I meet these business owners. I've coached business owners on how to start and grow a successful business for well over a decade. And this is what I hear a lot of times in small business. Here we go. Well, the thing is, I'm trying to get Shanice and Gary more motivated. But you see, Gary, he's going through some things right now. He couldn't be here today. And Shanice, well, she called in sick. And Bobby's running a little bit late today because he had a tattoo and it got infected. And then what happened was with Shanice, she was going to be late tomorrow. So I work basically 7 days a week running my business. And that's what I do. I work 7 days a week. And you can't find good people because all the millennials, Anthony, everybody who's a millennial, all they do is they're on the Spotify, they're sharing cars, they're going to thrift shops, they're a bunch of idiots. You can't find any good people. I swear that's the problem, Anthony. You can't find any good people. Have you ever heard that? People who feel like you can't hire good millennials?
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of morons who are in their 40s. There's a lot of morons in their 50s. It's like the millennials have a lockdown on morons. It's just the thing is that if you're a business owner right now, you've got to decide what is the culture that you want to make. Are you going to have a level 10, Harvard calls it a net promoter score. Look that up, net promoter score, okay? Are you going to have a level 10 business that wows people? Are you going to have a Quick Trip bathroom? Or are you going to have, you remember Get and Go back in the day, Sam, our producer, remember Get and Go? Yeah. That thing was nasty. You know, when it was getting gone, when it was done, when it was out of business, I was excited. I literally, the day it went into bankruptcy, I literally came home and I'm like, yes, soul clap. I remember coming home and I'm like, yes, Yes, they're out of business. Boom. I can't stand getting go. Every time I'd go in there, they get my change wrong. The bathrooms were like a third world experiment. It's like a refugee camp. It was nasty in that place. So I'm saying, Thrivers, you can decide right now. Are you going to be one of these people who struggles, or are you going to be someone who thrives? It's the decision is up to you. Stay tuned. Thrive Time Show.
I know I could lie, but I'm telling the truth.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrive Time Show, where we're broadcasting from the Thrive15.com world headquarters on the left coast of the Arkansas River, where there is just a little bit of water in the river here at this point, just a little bit. There's people who have now begun to live on the riverbanks. There's people who have decided to just take up permanent residency on the riverbanks. There's very little water at this point, but it normally is a very flowing, I say normally, 10% of the year, it is a flowing river until they get that low water dam built. But some people are saying, what is Thrive 15 and what is the Thrive15.com world headquarters? Well, first off, get up there on Facebook Live. Go to Facebook Live right now. Look us up, Thrive 15. You'll find it. There we're broadcasting from the Thrive15.com world headquarters. And there you can see people in the background. You can see the office. You can see the team. It's a 20,000 square foot facility built for you. If you want to start or grow a business, we built this for you. We do workshops every week. We do interactive training with people. We have an online school, the world's best business school. It's $19 a month. Thousands of people are up on that. And we do in-person, like face-to-face coaching with clients who need that as well. And so we have the whole system here. And it is kind of like the home office and the nerve center for Dr. Robert Zellner. He's the guy who owns the Z66 auction. He owns the Dr. Z, Robert Zellner's optometry, a myriad of businesses. And I'm involved with Elephant in the Room, Men's Grooming Lounge, and Epic Photography, and Make Your Life Epic PR, etc. And so a lot of people are asking us, they're going, okay, if you're talking today specifically about the 5 S's and creating a remarkable customer service experience, if that's what you're talking about today, then tell me, how do you guys get your smells right? I'm going to tell you. Okay, so S number 1, smells. Elephant in the room. If you go into the elephant in the room, we are intentional about the smells. It smells like essential oils. You go in there and it just smells great. We have the historic barnwood we've reclaimed in there. We got beautiful decor. We have Edison bulbs. It just smells great. It smells like man. If you're a dude and you're going, I'm tired of these places that are kind of, they serve men and women. I want to, dude, I'm a dude only, kind of the Harley Davidson of haircuts. That's where you go. It's the elephant in the room. And by the way, for all of our listeners today, if it's your first time, if it is your first time, it is always $1. Your first haircut's always $1, and we have 3 locations to serve you. One in Broken Arrow at 65th and Lynn Lane over there behind Louis. One at 91st in Yale, right over there, right there next to Ludger's, beautiful place. And we have one at 16th in Boston, kind of in that SoBo, that South Boston area in downtown Tulsa. So we have the smell game on lockdown. Now the sites. The sites. What are the sites? What are the sites? What are you guys doing for your sites? What kind of things are you doing for your sites that are different than what other people are doing? Well, if you go to Dr. Robert Zellner, if you go to visit his auto auction, Z66 auto auction, go to Z66AA.com. You'll check it out. My main man serves lunch. And Anthony, we have Anthony on the show. This guy works with a great company in Tulsa today. It's called Production Services. For anyone who's just just tuning in here, Anthony, can you kind of explain what Production Services does, my friend?
Yes, we're a helicopter company. We do kind of a handful of mixture of things. We do Christmas light tours.
Yeah.
We do aerial spraying, known as crop dusting.
You do all of it.
We do it ever.
Now, so if you have a need for a helicopter, what about photo shoots? You ever let somebody use your helicopter? They fly up there with you and they take photos?
Absolutely. That's part of that charter service or block time that you can buy.
And for as little as $30 a person, you're doing holiday light tours, right?
We are.
Sick. Man, that is sick like swine flu, Thrivers. I want to quarantine myself after that. That was beautiful. But I want to ask you this, Anthony. Why do you feel like at Dr. Zellner at his auto auction, why do we at Z66 auto auction, why do we serve lunch to all the customers every single Friday? In your opinion, we're selling to used car dealers. Why are we serving lunch?
I think of it as it's an appreciation for those customers. You're all about your customers.
Do we, again, you as a consumer, let's say you're a used car dealer and you come in there, are you expecting lunch? I mean, do you feel like I should serve lunch, or is it kind of a bonus in your mind?
That would be a bonus.
Now, if you look at the sites in his business, you're going to see the food. The smells. When you walk in and it just smells like barbecue. As a dude, do you like barbecue?
I love barbecue.
Oh, man. Do you like, now, one of our sponsors is Oklahoma Joe's. Have you had their baked beans?
I have not.
Oh, I'm not asking you to turn in your American card. I'm just saying it could be called into question with the new administration. My understanding is that Mr. Trump, President-elect Trump, if you don't have an Oklahoma Joe's receipt from a recent bean purchase, you might be deported.
I will change that up this week.
I'm telling you, you got to check it out. It's so good, though. Seriously, tell me you heard about it on the Thrive Time show. But you go in there, and when you walk into the business and it smells like barbecue and baked beans in it, you see the spread of the food, and then you see a very clean facility. You see beautiful paint job everywhere. It just looks sharp and clean. Does that make you more likely in your mind to want to come back and buy cars every week at the auto auction, or less likely? From your, I mean, what do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, when I see somebody that has put the time, energy, and effort into their business, and it makes me feel comfortable and welcomed into that business, I'm going to be a return customer.
Now, if you think about Krispy Kreme, Thrivers, Krispy Kreme, my kids love going to Krispy Kreme. Do you ever go to Krispy Kreme?
I do.
I try to stay away from there, but I love going there. You know what I mean? I try to stay away, but I love going. But when you go there, they have like conveyor belt where they're making donuts. You ever watch that thing?
All the time.
I think that was a device made by Satan. It's a calorie producing device by Satan. But you go in there and it just every minute, it's like every couple seconds, another few donuts are done. Like five more donuts are done. And there's like a waterfall of like glazed donut frosting stuff. The whole thing is but it smells great. And you want to eat when you walk in. I mean, don't you instantly get hungry?
I do.
Now check it out. One of our mentors at Thrive15.com, our online school, Thrive15.com. One of our mentors, his name is Lee Cockrell. If you look him up, Leecockerell. He's the former executive vice president of Walt Disney World. And oh, by the way, he teaches all of our management courses. He managed 40,000 people at Walt Disney World. There's 40,000 employees. There are 1 million customers they serve every week. Look it up. According to Forbes, there's 52 million people a year that are coming to this tourist destination. And they always keep the bathroom clean. They always keep the bathroom clean. So the question is he like a rooster who's running around just scaring people into doing their jobs? Or how does he do it? Well, one, he has a checklist for the smells. It intentionally smells a certain way on the Disney campus. When you walk by, have you noticed you're always hungry at Disney World? Have you ever been to Disney World?
I have.
Aren't you like perpetually hungry? I mean, it's just like, what's that? And you're constantly hungry. I mean, it just smells great. Then the sights, like the visuals, everything is tight. There's signage everywhere. It makes sense. It does the landscaping is clean. It's precise. It's just detailed. It's cleanly. It's nice. Now, third is the sounds. The sounds are a big part of it. The music creates the ambiance. So if you're listening right now and you've ever been to like In the Raw, that sushi restaurant, this is kind of the sound. It's like, and you're like, and it's just kind of this like up tempo, like, and you're just trying to have your sushi, but you kind of get sucked into the vibe, like, and another egg roll, some sake, and another egg roll, some sake, and some sushi, and it's an atmosphere that is conducive to eating at a restaurant. If you're listening right now, what are your sounds in your business? And again, for anyone just listening, if you go up in the helicopter, can you hear well, or what does it sound like up there?
Yes, you can hear just fine. You're going to hear wind noise through the blades chopping through the wind, but it's quiet enough that you can talk to, your children, your girlfriend, your spouse.
Could you propose up there?
We've had many proposals up there.
It's quiet enough to propose, Thrivers. This just in. You want to go visit xmasflights.biz. Now, we come back, we're going to be talking about our next super move, which is scripting the interaction. Scripting the interaction coming up next. All right, Thrivers, welcome back to the Thrive Time Show. We are broadcasting from the box that rocks within the beautiful and friendly confines of the Thrive15.com world headquarters. And yes, we are continuing to give you that business school without the BS. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former United States Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year. I am a partner, founder, investor with Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge, Epic Photography, the Make Your Life Epic Consulting. It's a massive PR and marketing firm, and I am the founder of Thrive15.com, the world's best business school. And so that's why I have the financial freedom and time freedom needed to do a radio show such as this. And my whole goal is to help you start and grow a successful business. And so normally I have a co-host on the show named Dr. Robert Zellner. And this guy is an optometrist who really is he's an entrepreneur. He went from being an optometrist to an entrepreneur. I mean, he went from being the optometrist guy to a guy who now owns an auto auction. He's largely invested in a bank. He owns a thoroughbred horse racing facility or horse breeding facility, etc. He owns A to Z Medical. He owns a sleep center. I mean, I can go on and on. But the thing is, the guy has the Midas touch. He knows how to start and grow a successful business. And he's normally with me. But today, he's out of the country. He's expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire. And so we look to the left, and we look to the right, and we look down. We were looking for a great person to fill in on the show, and we found him. We found Anthony Vendetti with Production Services, a helicopter company. And Anthony, you're doing holiday light tours, is that right?
That is correct.
So talk to us. We always like to encourage people to check out our sponsors, and you guys are a great team there. If someone's listening right now, for $30, what are they going to, for $30, someone can get up in the air and do a helicopter tour. Why would they want to do a tour? Why would someone want to invest $30 and go up in the air and do a helicopter tour? Why would they want to do it?
Because it is a spectacular view to see Christmas lights from the air. It's like nothing that you've ever seen before. It's not like the driving around with mom and dad back in the day. Looking at Christmas lights. This is the new way to do it.
So it's not like a deal where you're in the car back in the day and your dad's going, look over there. That looks like it's a light. No, that's not a light at all. It looks like someone just left their garage open. Oh, okay. This is a real deal. You're flying above Rama.
We are flying above Rama.
This is awesome. And for someone listening again, they're going, when you say it's $30, is it really $30, or is it like $30, like a third of the down payment, or what does it really cost?
It is really $30. You go to the website, or you come by and see us at 101st Memorial. You pay the $30. You get on the helicopter. You go for a ride.
It's so beautiful. That's what makes me proud to be an American right there. It's just beautiful. You're not going to do a helicopter light tour in a communist country. No, you're going to do that in North Korea, and you got to do it in America, okay? So today we're talking about how to create a remarkable customer service experience. We're specifically focusing on the 5 S's. S1, make a checklist for the smells. Make sure your office has an intentional smell. Make a checklist? I just want my team to remember. That's dumb. Step number 2, sights. You know how to make a checklist for my sites? What do you mean, my sites? Your decor. One of the clients we work with is called Barbie Cookies. You ever been to Barbie Cookies? You ever been there?
No.
Brother, you've got to go to Barbie Cookies. Barbie Cookies, it's over there at 85th and Memorial on the east side of the road. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have 3 daughters.
Okay, you go in there, and whatever the bill is, I'll reimburse you. And by the way, it's the first time you go in, it's free first cookie. So if you get like 27 cookies, maybe we'll have to talk. But I'll reimburse you for anything you buy after the first cookie. But the first cookie, seriously, it's free for your first cookie. Just tell them it's your first time you've been in there. They give you a free cookie. And by the way, for all the listeners, if you're listening right now, for all the listeners of the Thrive Time Show, your first cookie is $1. And these are game-changing gourmet cookies. But you go in there, and they have a decor, and they've invested the time to make the ambiance. Anthony, I want to ask you, do you ever go to Starbucks?
All the time.
Can you describe for people who may be far from another planet, who haven't been into a Starbucks recently, what does that decor look like? Or what about it appeals to you? Why go to Starbucks and not just go to the place where you get a little styrofoam cup of coffee and maybe it's a fourth of the price and it's kind of nasty decor? Why invest in Starbucks?
When I walk in, it's the smell that hits me is just out of this world amazing.
And check it out. When you read the book, Pour Your Heart Into It by Howard Schultz, he explains you're not paying for the coffee, you're paying for the atmosphere. Check it out. Remember when coffee, you and I are old enough to remember when coffee, every coffee shop, it was like in a styrofoam cup, and they were like 99 cents.
Yes, I do.
And now it's like $4 for a Frappuccino latte with I want a soy Frappuccino with a little whip it's like people have like a science project now and they order, but people go into Starbucks and they have these specialized drinks. It's just a phenomenal experience, okay? But the 5 S's, 1, it's the smells. 2, it's the sights. 3, it's the sounds. 4, it's the scripting and the interaction. You've got to make a script. Thrivers, work with me. You've got to write a script. This is one thing I learned from Lee Cockerell, one of my mentors back in the day. This guy used to manage Walt Disney World Resorts. And he said, listen, you've got to be your own Shakespeare. And I'm going, for thou what? And he goes, no, seriously, you have to be your own Shakespeare. I say, so thouest Lee Cockerell? What? No, he says, listen, seriously, I want you to pay attention. I want you to script out when someone walks through the door, what do you say? When you answer the phone, what do you say? When they walk in, what do they experience? What do the walls look like? What does the smell look like? What does the atmosphere look like? What is the experience of the customer? And we took all of that knowledge, all that thought, all that mojo, all that Disney swag, we brought it into our businesses. So when you go into the Thrive15.com world headquarters on the left coast of the Arkansas River, you will come in and you will experience an atmosphere that's intentional. The temperature, it's always 60 degrees in here. Always 60. You notice that, Sam? It's always 60. Why? Because people are more awake. It always smells a certain way. It looks a certain way. The overhead music's a certain way. When we come back, Thrivers, we're going to teach you more about making an amazing customer service experience. All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, and I'm here joining you today talking about how to take your customer service experience to the next level. And we always have special local Oklahomies, local Tulsa guests, and today we brought on Anthony Vendetti. He works with Production Services, which they do holiday light tours, okay, that you get up in a helicopter. A helicopter? You mean like in the air? Yeah, in the air, a helicopter. He gives you tours all over Tulsa. Anthony, for anyone just listening, for anyone just tuning in, why does everybody owe it to themselves this holiday season to take a holiday light tour? Why do they need to do it?
Again, it's one of those spectacular moments you can't get anywhere else. It's great for first dates, long dates, husband and wife, proposing. It's just a spectacular event to do with a loved one.
And I'm going to pile on, it's affordable.
Absolutely.
It's like $30 and you're up in the air, man.
$30 will get you up in the air.
30 and you can be a hero. You see what I did right there?
I like
30 and you can be a hero. Up in the air like you just don't care. Get up there. Go to xmasflights.biz. 30, you can be a hero. I'm telling you. Now, here's the deal, Thrivers. We're talking about how to make a remarkable customer service experience in the 5 S's. S1, make a smell, an intentional smell, a smell checklist. Think about the smell of your office. Think about the smell you're looking for. Make a checklist. How should your office smell? And this is one question I'd ask you right now. If you're listening right now and you're a man entrepreneur, ask yourself this question. What the smell is going on in my business? And if you don't have an intentional smell, not good. So you got to make sure you have an intentional smell. Point number 2, sights. Make sure the visuals are on point. Have nice framed images or have an intentional wall. Have like barnwood. Have some kind of decor that makes sense. Don't just... Have you ever been to the DMV before, Anthony?
I have.
I'm sure there's a one that you go to that has great decor and one that's awesome that I don't know about, but the one that I've been to a lot, it seems like it's from like a science experiment from the 70s where the experiment was, what we'll do is we're not going to do any updates since 1970. We're going to put in some really crappy tiles, some nasty wallpaper. We're going to put in various frames that don't go together, and we're going to have a nasty bathroom, and then we're going to charge people a fee to get the license. We'll see what happens. You know, it's like, have you ever felt like you're part of a weird science experiment when you go into a DMV?
Yeah.
Do you have one you like? Do you have one you found that you're going, that one is hot. They really get it right.
Yeah, actually I have.
What's the one you like?
The one right here in Jinx.
Oh, really? So where's that located roughly?
Right on Main Street, right next door to McDonald's.
This just in, tip of the day, the angels from heaven have sang, you go to the one in Jinx, that's a nice DMV.
It is.
You're giving free tips about that kind of thing. Now moving on, move number 3 here, okay? Get the sights, get the sounds. You've got to get the sound, the ambiance, the overhead music. Get it right. Get the overhead music that is appropriate for your audience. Point number 4 is scripting. Okay? This is a notable quotable from Walt Disney. He says, if you can dream it, you can do it. But the way to get started, check it out. But the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. You mean I have to quit talking and start doing? Yes. You mean now? Yes. Now, after the show, but now, yes, you want to make sure that you quit talking and you want to get doing. He says, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So you've got to go ahead and script out when someone answers the phone, how's it going to sound? When they greet someone at the door, how's it going to happen? What's the atmosphere? What's the temperature of the building? What's the decor? What's the atmosphere? What's the music? What's the smell? What's the culture? What's the deal? Okay? You got to think about all that, put it on a checklist, and make sure it happens every day. By the way, you're going to have to fight with your team sometimes to make it happen. My team's always like, can we make it 75 in here? No. Why? Because we have a consulting company, and we want to create an upbeat atmosphere. It's always going to be 60. But I'm cold. Get a blanket. You ever been here and seen people with blankets?
I don't think I have.
There's always somebody with blankets. Sam, you've seen the blankets. Okay, we have our show producer seeing people with blankets. They're always running around here with the blankets. But the thing is, if you go to a movie theater, why is it so cold? They're trying to keep you awake. So you got to think about that, Thrivers. Now, the final S is signage. If you go into Whole Foods, they've got signage. You can't miss the special on the Angus or the avocados. Whole Foods is probably the best signage I've ever seen. They've got great signage everywhere. I mean, it's awesome. Second best signage I've ever seen, Starbucks. Those guys, they have signage everywhere. They have really beautiful decor and presentation. It makes you want to have the beverage. Sometimes I see a sign, and I'm like, I'm trying to lose a lot of weight right now, just trying to eat healthy. And then I see it, I'm like, the Frappuccino with the chocolate drizzle, that seems like slow calorie, right? And then so next thing you know, you're ordering stuff you didn't even want because the signage is so good. And that third is Jackie Cooper. Jackie Cooper, they make you want that Mercedes, baby. You go in there, they got the signage, and you're just going, man, if I drove home with that car, I would feel like $1 million. It's the signage. Now, I want to ask you, Anthony, if somebody's listening right now and they want to take a light tour, they're convinced, okay, I'm going to do it. Where do they physically drive out to? How do they get out to you, man?
We are located at 101st and Memorial, just east of the Walgreens right there.
And what is the name of your website? How can they learn more about your holiday light tours?
It is www.xmasflights.biz.
I've got some logistical questions that I basically want to get into a few logistical questions. Okay, so here we go. Question number one. What time could I fly? Can I fly in the morning? Do I have to fly at night? What time can I fly? Boom.
All of our Christmas light tours start at 6 o'clock in the evening and usually run through 10 o'clock at night, 7 days a week.
So let's say that I'll choose one of those 7 days. I'll play your game. I'll do it. So how many people can fit into the helicopter?
The Jet Ranger that we use, it will hold 4 people plus the pilot.
What if I'm bringing my friend, and my friend he weighs about 5 bills, and then I've got a bunch of linebackers that I know from college. We're all going to get in there together. How many people can we get in that are, let's say larger people?
Larger people, we just have to do that on an as-is basis. Sometimes we have to set them opposite of the pilot for the weight and balance part of it, but that kind of thing. But we also do have what we call a long ranger, and it will hold 5 people, 6 people plus the pilot.
What if I'm a father and I've got my wife, I've got my 5 kids, so it's 7 of us. Can we fit in anything?
Depending on how big some of your kids are.
We got some small kids, very small kids. I don't feed them. I save money.
If you have, a child that's under a year old or maybe a year old that's smaller, yes, it's 6 people plus the pilot, but there are little kids that we can set on your lap and still seatbelt them in.
Final question I have logistically. Some motorcycles, they have a sidecar. That's a sidecar off to the side of the motorcycle. You can ride in the car next to the motorcycle. Do you ever have like a sidecar where you could ride underneath the helicopter like in a hammock and just kind of swing like in one of those action movies? Can I do that?
We don't necessarily, but I'm sure we could work something out.
Okay. But Thrivers, listen, if you want to check it out, what website can they go to learn more?
That is www.xmasflights.biz.
Now, Thrivers, when you try to implement these systems, you try to get that signage up, it can be frustrating. Because let me tell you what, everybody has they're marching to the beat of their own drum. Teammates don't want to cooperate. They don't want to do stuff. It can be frustrating, okay? But you've got to get that signage right. You've got to make it so people can see you. They have to be able to find you. What kind of signage can they find, or what kind of lighting can they find? If they're looking for you and it's dark, where can they find? What kind of signage should I be looking for?
You're going to see all kinds of signs up and down Memorial Memorial down Sheridan, 101st. They're yellow signs, and they say Christmas light tours with our webpage and our telephone number. And you can also look for the big bright spotlight that you're going to see at 101st Memorial, along with the helicopters coming in and out. It creates a lot of traffic.
Now, Thrivers, I'm telling you what, if you're just now tuning in, you want to check out xmasflights.biz. We got an unbelievable deal right now. He does holiday light tours in a helicopter, and it's $30. $30 can get you up into the air like you just don't care. The big 3-0 makes you a holiday hero. I'm just telling you, boom. Now, Thrivers, we have a notable quotable I want to give to you. This comes to you from Herb Keller, the founder of Southwest Airlines. He says, you must be very patient, very persistent. The world isn't going to shower gold coins on you because you have a good idea. Oh, see that? That was big. So the world isn't going to shower gold coins on you because you have a good idea. You're going to have to work like crazy to bring that idea to the attention of the people. They're not going to buy it unless they know about it. See, that's advertising. That's marketing. That's online ads. Why do we need to do online ads? Because you got to get in front of the planet. This is Herb Keller, the founder and CEO of Southwest Airlines, talking to us. Now, Thrivers, if you want to take your business to the next level, if you're going, I'm tired of my business operating in the financial toilet. I want to grow to the next level. I want to be successful. I'm going to give you 3 action items right now. 1, go to thrive15.com. What was that? Go to thrive15.com. It is the world's best business school. It's $19 a month, but check it out. If you can't afford $19, you can choose your own price. What? You can choose your own price. 2, we have Thrive15.com workshops. They are the world's best business workshops. They're every week, 15 hours, 2 days. And you know what? We have scholarships. They're affordable for everybody. Go to thrivetimeshow.com and listen. Go there. Check it out. Listen about it. Watch videos about it. Sign up for it. It's the Thrive Time. It's the Thrive 15 workshops. They're interactive. They're 15 hours. They're awesome. And the third move, you can go to thrivetimeshow.com and listen to this podcast and any other radio show broadcast over and over again, or share it with a friend. 3, 2, 1, boom! All right, JT, so hypothetically, in your mind, what is the purpose of having a business?
To get you to your goals. So it's a vehicle to get you to your destination.
Whoa. And would you need profits to get there? I mean, is when you have a business that's successful, in your mind, in your expert opinion, would you need profits to get you to your goals?
Yeah, because if you have a $15 million business, but you have $15 million of expenses, it's kind of pointless.
Holy crap!
All right, so the question I would have here for you, if you could take 10 minutes or less and see if you could save $3,000 a year by reducing your credit card fees, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Holy crap!
Why would somebody out there who's listening right now who has a sane mind, why would they not go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card to schedule a 10-minute consultation to see if they can reduce their credit card fees by at least $3,000 a year.
Why would they not do it?
Yeah, why would they not do it?
Maybe because they didn't understand how you said the website.
This tree is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
No, that's clear. Okay, so that could be true. So I would encourage everybody to check out thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. What would be another reason why someone would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save $3,000 or more on credit card fees?
Maybe they think it is a waste of time and that it won't. It's not possible.
There's somebody out there that's making more than $3,000 every 10 minutes, and they're like, nah, that's not worth my time.
We getting there, right money. We getting there, right money.
There's probably someone out there
Okay.
that would think that.
Well, I'll just tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you're making less than $3,000 per 10 minutes, I would highly recommend that you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card because you can compare rates, you can save money. And, you know, the big goal, in my opinion, of building a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you have to maximize your profits.
Holy crap!
Now, one way to maximize your profits is to increase your revenue. Another way to do it is to decrease your expenses.
It's a profit deal. It takes the pressure off.
JT, is there any other reason why somebody would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save a total of $3,000 a year on average?
I am at a loss and I cannot think of any other.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Well, let me tell you a good story here real quick here. I actually, years ago, compared rates with this company here called IPS. It's Integrated Payment Services. And I scheduled a consultation. I don't know that I was skeptical. I just thought, whatever, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll compare rates.
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
And in my case, in my particular case, I save over $20,000 a year.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Which is, like groceries when my wife goes to the organic stores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
Well, this isn't gonna be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Trisha, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
That's the difference between eating organic and not organic. So because my wife eats organic, I had to take the 10 minutes needed to compare rates to save the $20,000 a year on credit card fees just for one of my companies.
One question, what's the brand name of the clock?
The brand name of the clock, Rod. Do we have it? Brand name of the clock. It's an elegant from Ridgeway. It's from Ridgeway.
Let's
buy the clock
and sell the fireplace.
So I encourage everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. You schedule a free consultation, request information. A member of our team will call you. They'll schedule a free consultation. It should take you 10 minutes or less. And they're going to compare rates and see if they can't save you more than $3,000 a year off of your credit card processing.
You were hoping what?
I wouldn't owe you money at the end of the day.
No, you don't owe us money.
Because at the end of the day, the goal of the business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you need to create additional profits.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah, so here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%, We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months, or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Morrow. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like him most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. As you can see, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet. You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you. If we go back 8 years ago, think about the number of clients you had back then versus the number of clients you have now. As a percentage, what has been the growth over the past 8 years, do you think? We got to inspire somebody out there who just doesn't have the time to listen to their calls.
Okay, so Clay, it's like I would go up and down from about $10,000 a month up to about $40,000, but it's up and down roller coaster, and so now we've got it to where we're in excess of 100 clients.
That's awesome.
And so I would have anywhere from 5 clients to 20 clients on my own with networking, but I had no control over it. I didn't, without the systems, you're going to be victimized by your own business.
For somebody out there who struggles with math, if you, let's say that your average number of clients was 30 and you go to 100, as a percentage, what is that?
I have doubled every year since working with you. So I've doubled in clients, I've doubled in revenue every year. It's 100% growth every year I've worked with. Now, so I'm looking, we've been good friends 7-8 years, and I've got doubled 5 times.
Which is just incredible. I mean, the first time you do it, that's one thing, but when you do it repeatedly,
yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
We're working our Blessed Assurance off this year to double. We're planning on doubling again. We're incorporating some new things in there to really help us do it, but we are going to double again this year. I started coaching, but it would go up and down, Clay. That's when I came to you, as I was going up and down, and I wanted to go up and up instead of up and down. And so that's when it needed a system. So creating a system is you have nailed down specific steps that you're going to take no matter how you feel, no matter the results. You lean into them and you do them regardless of what's happening. You lean into them, and it will give you X number of leads. You follow up with those leads, turns into sales. Well, I tell you, it's if you don't have a script and you don't have a system, then every day is a whole new creation. You're creating a lot of energy just to figure out what are you going to do.
Right.
And the best executives, Peter Drucker is a father of modern management. He said the most effective executives make one decision a year. What you do is you make a decision, what is your system, and then you work like the Dickens to make sure you follow that system. And so that's really what it's all about. So with a script here, we have a brand new gal that just came in working for us. She nailed down the script, and she's been nailing down appointments. Usually we try to get one appointment for every 100 calls. We make 200 to 300 calls a day per rep.
Right.
And she's been nailing down 5 and 8 appointments a day.
Somebody out there is having a hard time.
That script.
So she's making how many calls a day?
She's making between 200 and 300 calls a day.
Whoa. And our relationship is weird in that we do. If someone were to buy an Apple computer today, and or let's say you bought a personal computer, a PC, the computer is made by, let's say, Dell, but then the software in the computer would be Microsoft, let's say, or Adobe or whatever that is. So I basically make the systems, and you're like the computer and I'm like the software. It's kind of how I would describe our relationship. Yeah. Tim, I want to ask you this. You and I reconnected. I think it was in the year 2000 and what was it? Maybe 2010. Is that right? 2011 maybe? Or no, maybe further down the road. Maybe 2013.
2012.
Okay, so 2012, and at that time I was 5 years removed from the DJ business, and you were how many years removed from tax and accounting software?
It was about 10, 11 years.
We met, how did we re-meet? What was the first interaction? There was some interaction where you and I first connected. I just remember that somehow you and I went to Hideaway Pizza. But do you remember when we first reconnected?
Yeah, well, we had that speaking thing that...
there it was. So it was Victory Christian Center. I was speaking there.
My name is Robert Redmond. I actually first met Clay almost 3 years ago to the day. I don't know if he remembers it or not, but I wasn't working with him at the time. I asked to see him and just ask him some questions to help, direct my life, to get some mentorship. But I've been working with Clay for now just over a year. The role I play here is a business coach, business consultant. I work with different businesses implementing best practice processes and systems that I have learned here by working with Clay. And the experience working here has, to put it real plainly, has been just life-changing. I have not only learned new things and have gained new knowledge, but I have gained a whole new mindset that I believe wherever I end up will serve me well throughout the rest of my life. Since working with Clay, I have learned so much. I mean, I would like to say almost everything about business in terms of the different categories. I haven't learned it all, but I've learned all about marketing. I've learned about advertising. I've learned about branding. I've learned how to create a sales process for organizations in any industry. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to create repeatable systems and processes and hold people accountable. How to hire people. It's almost like every aspect of a business you can learn. I have learned a lot in those different categories. And then, again, the mindset that I've gained here has been huge. Working here, you can't be a mediocre person. You are called to a higher standard of excellence. And then as you're called to that standard here, you begin to see those outcomes in every area of your life. That standard of excellence that you want to implement no matter what you're involved in. I would like to describe the other people that work with Clay are people that are going somewhere with their life. Marshall in the group interview talks about how the best fits for this organization are the people that are goal-oriented. So they're on their own trajectory, and we're on our own trajectory. And the best fits are those people where there can be a mutually beneficial relationship, that as we pursue our goals and we help the business pursue those goals, the business helps us pursue our goals as well. And so I'd say people that are driven, people that want to make something of their lives, people that are goal-oriented, they're focused, and they're committed to overcoming any adversity that may come their way. Clay's passion for helping business owners grow their businesses it's unique in that I don't know if there's anyone else that can be as passionate. Whenever a business starts working with Clay, it's almost as like Clay is running that business in the sense that he has something at stake. He's just serving them. They're one of his clients, but it's as if he is actively involved in the business. Whenever they have a win, he's posting it all over his social media. He's shouting it across the room here at Thrive. He's sending people encouraging messages. He can kind of be that life coach and business coach in terms of being that a motivator and that champion for people's businesses. It's again unique because there's no one else I've seen get so excited about and passionate about other people's businesses. The kind of people that wouldn't like working with Clay are people that are satisfied with mediocrity. People that want to get through life by just doing enough, by just getting by. People who are not looking to develop themselves, people who are not coachable, people who think that they know it all and they're unwilling to change. I would say those are the type of people. In short, anyone that's content with mediocrity would not like working with Clay. So if you're meeting Clay for the first time, the advice I'd give you is definitely come ready to take tons of notes. every time Clay speaks, he it gives you a wealth of knowledge that you don't want to miss. I remember the first time that I met Clay. I literally carried a notebook with me all around. I was looking at this notebook the other day, actually. I carried a notebook with me all around, and I just took tons of notes. I filled the entire notebook in about 3 or 4 months, just from being around Clay, following him, and learning from him. And then I would say, come coachable. Be open to learning something new. Be open to challenging yourself. Be open to learning and adjusting parts about you that need to be adjusted.